Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the After Hours Gaming League, the largest opportunity to stutter at the start of a video. I won't start over, I'll include that, because even Day 9 is human. Yes, I know, despite being 8 feet tall and being able to breathe fire from my eyes. Whose eyes breathe other than Day 9's? I don't know. Even though that is the case, I shall continue forward with wise, because I am but a mortal. We are about to cast the After Hours Gaming League, the largest corporate league in the world, and very possibly the only one. We are now in the middle of Game 2 between Microsoft and Google, where the whole point of the league, keep in mind, is to have fun, and therefore this commentary will really not have a lot of analysis in it. Huge shout out to Red Bull Gaming, the sponsor of the After Hours Gaming League and purveyors of fun. Down in the bottom right, his team currently leading 1-0, Macro Hard Microsoft's Light Brigade. And on the other side of the map star station, the Protoss player who Googled, "I'm gonna win today," and Google said, "Did you mean you'd like to win today?" The man who's trying to pull it back for his team. It is Cake. Now it might very well be IS Cake for Infinity 7 Cake, but I like the idea that it's just a half sentence. Is Cake. This is a best of 5. Each team sends out a new player in each game. The lineups are determined a week in advance in traditional Pro League format. As a result, these players have had time to prepare, which basically means that they have had a full week's worth of games of completely cheesy BS that they get to bring out onto the battlefield today. Is Cake with the 12 gate, because he's irate. And he chrono boosted. Light Brigade going for the usual 13 gas. Ooh, a 14 assimilator. Quite early, it looks like Is Cake going for the early gate. The delayed assimilator, almost always a sign that there is some kind of aggression incoming. Right now we see that Is Cake checking up in the top right half of things, seeing that there's an empty base. Everything's normal in the world. There's 4 spots here. He's not going to get too terrified. He's going to just continue rolling along with things. Likewise, Microsoft's Light Brigade checking the same spot. Both players have discovered the same emptiness, the same existential crisis that represents the top left side. It looks like Is Cake is doing one of those interesting fast double gas rally in. Not all the probes, but just un peu de probe. Is Cake, as we can see, is relative to his opponent with an earlier cybernetics core. Now Light Brigade getting himself up his own second assimilator. Oh, how interesting. Neither player's going for some cheesy stuff. Note, both players doing something long-term focused. Light Brigade getting his second gateway up, and what is Cake going to be doing? Still relatively low amount of workers in those assimilators. 3 right now, same as would be in a normal single assimilator. However, we cannot get gas blocked, and it makes us much more difficult to read. For any of the information that you would like, such as who are the charities these teams are playing for, go to afterhoursgaming.tv, make a donation to your favorite team's charity, and say it was the AHGL that sent you. I want all them charities like Doctors Without Borders, Child's Play, Save the Children. All of them should know that esports people are here. We are here to stay. We are in incredibly large numbers, and we have the disposable incomes to support the charities we think are kick-ass. Yes. If you could just type that out into the email, that would be great. And look at this! Is Cake going crazy, doing the 4-gate, chrono boosting away on the cybernetics core. What is happening in Team Light Brigade's base? He does have the double chrono boosted stalker coming up, but will he have the wherewithal to begin scouting? Is Cake has already planted down the forward pylon. It looks like he is beginning to scout around his own base to find out WTF is up. Another gateway going down. Light Brigade is doing kind of a more standard defensive type of structure. Will he spot the 4-gate incoming? Oh no, he's retreated! Ah! Oh, Light Brigade is in a little bit of trouble. The 4-gate is kicking into high gear. The 4-gate making me panic. Is Cake from Team Google really needs to warp in a win for his team. Was it the right choice to go for the 4-gate? We will find out soon enough. More Stalkers out for Light Brigade. Soon enough, a Mothership Core. It looks like Light Brigade sniffed something out. Oh my god, I hit the B button. I rewound it 10 seconds, you guys. Double take. Oh my gosh. He's getting the Mothership Core out. We're right back to where we were before that misclick ended up nearly crashing the entire system, but that's okay. I have stabilized the Matrix. Light Brigade! Stepping out. Will he lose the Stalker? Will he lose the Stalker? He will lose the Stalker! Is Cake stepping forward. His heart is pounding. 3,000 beats per minute. Let's go ahead and check the beats per minute tab. This is the heart rate monitor representing the player's health. My god, the heart palpitations are going crazy. Izcake could fall over dead at any moment. Will he face death and continue to 4-gate forward with flies against his enemies? He will. Will the Mothership Core die? Yes is the answer that you're looking for. But Izcake looks like he is going to be able to battle his opponent on not so favorable terms. Light Brigade is holding strong and Izcake will be forced to retreat. Thus far, the fairly defensively minded Team Microsoft is holding strong, holding steady. Let's go to the units tab. Right now, 19 probes, soon to be 20 probes for Izcake. On Team Light Brigade, he too is making them probes. What will be his tech choice path? A Stargate! A rather unusual play out of Light Brigade. Is he having an adequate strategy prepared? Or is he doing what everyone else is doing in Heart of the Swarm and going, bah, oracles are rad, and then building oracles? It's unclear. We'll find out soon enough. Izcake may very well go for the standard transition at this point. A Twilight Council. Oh, it looks like he's going for an extremely defensive choice, the Robotics Facility. And Expand now going down for Light Brigade. He is going to continue the trend, getting oracles, taking bases, fist pumping at the death unleashed upon them. Phoenixes! Ooh, Light Brigade wants to build an army of Phoenicians, my favorite class in the original Age of Empires. And he wants to be able to shoot things with that additional range 5. It looks like Light Brigade did not see the ever-pivotal robotics facility that doth lieth along the other side of that ramp. But in the meantime, in the unit tab, we see 24 probes available. How will Izcake transition out of this? Super lag? Nope, looks good for me, Izcake. And the question on everyone's mind is Cake a lie? Looks like they're just doing the usual friendliness that is paramount in the After Hours Gaming League. These players don't get too unbelievably dicey and competitive in BM when things are not quite going fantastically, perfectly smoothly, because again, the league's about having fun! Oh, it's all damn fun, leagues. It looks like a pair of Phoenix is gonna come in, lift once, shame on you. Lift twice, shame on you. That's how the saying goes. Oh, shame on you, and shame on you too, probe. Soon enough, he'll have enough to do the third lift. He's pulling back. Did he cancel the Nexus? Ermagerd Currensolation. Now, this is a rather odd situation. We're seeing Izcake building up an army that could be a direct offensive. There's not really the ideal composition coming out for Light Brigade. This isn't looking good. This is not looking good for Light Brigade. He has a rather awkward composition. He has a lot. Oh, no! Oh, Izcake losing not one but 2 sentries. Expensive units. Units central to the Alliance. But Light Brigade has an awkward defense. He has a lot of Phoenixes, and it looks like Izcake completely breaks down the front. Light Brigade just abandons ship, heads home, and per usual in Protoss vs. Protoss, the fear is in the hearts of whomever takes the expansion first. Will the Immortal stay alive? You bet you're behind. You might be willing to bet other parts of your body too, because if you bet all of it, you might win yourself a whole human. And oh my god, is he actually going to try to push up there? The Immortal onto the wrong side. The Zealots sprint to the front lines, and it looks like Light Brigade will be able to stay alive and is looking to be in relatively good shape. An Expand could be on the docket for Izcake. A Void Ray now coming up. These Phoenixes really not serving much of any purpose. They're hanging out on this backside trying to find anything that they can so dutifully lift. The Observer sees upon the high ground. Cake starting to make some headway, but Cake desperately low on probes. The Zealots actually not really doing that much. Cake seems like he wants to try to end this game here and now. But first, it looks like he wants to lose a couple Zealots here and now. And lose those he will. The Phoenix is starting to pull back, and once that Void Ray gets into the mix, I don't think Cake will be able to break through. In the heart rate tab, we see 225 average beats per minute in the heart of Is Cake, as he is desperate to try to win the game now. He's desperate to break the front, to break the defense, but it looks like no. Technically no should be the answer, but still. In this handy-dandy units tab, I guess it's this tab. In the Army Supply tab, we see that Is Cake is not really behind. These Phoenixes relatively useless without their energy. But Cake, I think, is getting a little too overeager. Oh no, only half the army went in. Oh, Jimbo, no. Is Cake says GG, unable to break the defense, which means that Team Microsoft leads the series now 2-0. Turing from Team Google is going to have to find it deep within his heart to pull the comeback. Otherwise, Team Microsoft will have yet another 3-0 sweep in the After Hours Gaming League. Can Google pull back, or will Microsoft close it out? Stay tuned, we're going to find out right after this.